What's up, everyone? This is Christian Duke, and you're watching Strength Addicts here on IG Live, brought to you courtesy of BlackstoneLabs.com, the holy grail of bodybuilding supplements. Remember, if you're looking to get involved in the fitness industry, there is no better way to do so than by applying to join the Blackstone Labs Legion. Also, big thank you to our supporting sponsor, TitanMedicalCenter.com, for all your hormone therapies, injectable vitamins, medical weight loss, and so much more. So today I'm very, very happy because we have a guest who is celebrating her 2-year anniversary with the Blackstone Labs Legion. A lot of fun stuff going on with the Legion, guys, so stay tuned for that. In fact, some folks have been asking me, how can I get involved? Well, the best way to get involved, guys, is to go to the Blackstone Labs Legion website, click there, go to the application, fill that out, and that's how everybody gets started. I mean, you could be the next Flex Diesel. Again, Flex Diesel, IFB Pro, took the 212 by storm. He applied, he rose through the ranks, and now he's a sponsored athlete. It could happen to you. It really could happen to you. And so I can't encourage you guys enough to do that. I'm so happy to see TM Pro Fit Foods in the house. We got JD Fox. We got Jared the Man. We got A Goff in the house. What's up? We got JK Fit. And so let's see if our guest is here. And got to be so careful because my fingers are ginormous. And so I don't want to end the chat by trying to, you know what I mean? And so we're going to talk about a lot of fun stuff today. So what's up?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I'm great. Happy 2 years with the Legion.
Thank you.
Very cool. Very cool. I asked Deanna how to say her last name before we jumped on here. I said, listen, if I butcher your last name, my last name is Duke. Anybody whose last name I mess up, you can call me Duke. It's totally fine. It's payback. So it's like golf without the L, right?
Yes.
So Deanna Goff. Very cool. Very cool. So I have a lot to ask you. First and foremost, I want to thank you very much for doing this because I know that I reached out to you like last week and
Yes.
everybody's, days are super hectic. So I do appreciate that. I want to ask you about the Legion because 2 years is a long time. I think a lot of people in the industry, I actually did a video about this yesterday, how people hop around companies, and I don't really know why they do it. I think they do it because they want to go to the top like that without working or whatever. I don't know, no judgment, but I think 2 years really is a great achievement. And the Legion, I think you'll agree, is like unlike anything else. It's truly a family.
It really is. So I've actually been taking Blackstone Labs products longer than 2 years. One of my previous employers, she actually brought me a bottle of, I think it was the Cobra 6 that PJ had brought out. And she gave it to me to try. And so after I tried it, I was like, this is really good. And I started using Blackstone Labs products. And in April of 2019 on this, I applied in January of 2019. In April, I got my, you're in the Legion letter. So it's been a really good ride.
Very cool. Now, where are you from? Because I'm in Kentucky, but when you say try, you say try. And I love that. And there's no doubt about it. You're in the South, but where are you in the South?
I am in Birmingham, Alabama, or 20 miles east of Birmingham. So I live in the country, born and raised.
Very cool. Todrick's in Georgia, so you guys could like talk to each other like, hey, Todrick, how's, across the border there. That's pretty cool. But yes. I love that accent. The Southern drawl is like 100% there. Did you grow up there or do you live there or how, like, what's the story like growing up and college and all that?
So I did grow up here. After I graduated high school, I went to college online and found out that it really just wasn't for me. So I actually started just working, and now I'm a supervisor with Hospital Corporation of America. It's one of the biggest companies worldwide, really. And so I enjoy it. I get to help people from behind the screen. So.
Very cool. Very cool. I also, GK Fit was in the house here, may still be here. And it's also his 2-year anniversary with the Legion. So that's really cool. We got Alexis from Made to Macro in the house. She's awesome. We got Dan Dillon, the mayor of bodybuilding, in the house. We got Rocco in the house. I don't know if you saw the photo I posted of Rocco earlier today. His waist is like, I said he should put it on a milk carton. It's like not even there.
Yeah,
but,
I did.
So that's interesting. You know, I've done some classes online. You know, it's rough though. It's tough because like you've got to like, you know, you've got to meet all these deadlines. There's very little interaction with the professors. It's like, I don't know, it's not for everybody. A lot of people say, oh, I'll do online. It's like it's pie in the sky. Online is actually, I think, harder than going to class. A lot harder.
It is. And I actually did go to campus. I took a break from online courses and I actually had my daughter when I was 19.
Mhm.
And so I started taking courses, like going to campus after I had her, and then realized, you know, the school things just is not for me.
Mhm.
And
So I have to ask, is your guy a power lifter, a bodybuilder? I mean, the guy looks pretty yoked. I saw some pictures there, and it's like you barely fit there with him. He's got like 80% of the frame.
yeah, he's into powerlifting. He
Okay.
has a
A
bodybuilding,
big dude.
but he loves to power lift.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So speaking about your competitiveness, I mean, you want to do wellness, and you had told me before we started this that you had planned on doing a show in 2020, and of course, because of COVID, it probably like you know threw water all over that. So you haven't, as of yet, gotten on stage. But I got to tell you, like, wellness is so huge. I've got the wellness competitors page, and it's just like blowing up, and um, it's such a cool division, Deanna, because it's like it's been around for a long time. It's by no means new, but it's new for America, you know? So what about wellness do you like so much?
I love that it's more fit for like the big muscularity, like quads and glutes, and which I naturally have, but I love being able to build it more and train the way that I want to because I love pushing heavy weight. Um, like shaping and just pushing tiny weight to get the shape of the muscle. I did bikini, and when wellness was introduced, I was like, okay, this is for me. I went back and forth for about 6 months because I didn't want to give up on something that I've worked so hard for, and I didn't want to feel like a failure. But after I talked with my coach, who is Stephanie Mahoy, we worked it out, and we agreed that wellness is the division for me. So
So talk to us about working with a coach like that, because like in, you know, in the Blackstone Labs orbit, you know, she's like it. And then of course in the fitness industry, she's like it. She's kind of like a Jen Strobo, really, truly. I mean, she's a very, very big deal. So what's the, you know, what's it been like working with her?
nothing short of amazing. She truly is the most passionate person I think I've ever worked with. Even though we've never met in person, like she's truly like my sister from another mother. I love her very much, and she has helped me in more ways than I can even thank her for.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when it comes to the Legion though, like what are some goals? What are some things that you'd like to achieve that you've already achieved possibly, but that you want to achieve like in the next like year or 5 years or even beyond? You know, because Blackstone Labs is going to be around forever.
Hmm. So I actually, and I'm sure this is everybody's dream that competes in NPC, is to become a pro athlete. I want to be a wellness pro, and one day I hope I can actually be sponsored by Blackstone Labs because that would just be the ultimate, you
For
know,
sure.
yeah. So I love PJ. I love what he stands for, and I love how he treats his people. Um, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm here.
Definitely. That's very important too. You know, and a lot of things, you know, a lot of the interviews I've done, you know, for Strength Addicts and beyond, you know, especially with the Legion, people always say that. They say, because, you know, PJ is president and CEO of a company the size of Blackstone. It's rare that you can email him. It's rare you can text him. It's rare that he would do cardio lives, which he's not doing now because he's so busy. He's actually going to be traveling a ton coming up here this following month. Because you know things I think are starting to like normalize a little bit. We still have the face masks and we still have the social distancing, and it's not 100% back to normal, but it's starting to like get back there. I want to welcome Omni Muscle. He's in the house. He always comes to these lives. Thank you so much. But yeah, with regards to wellness, what you were talking about earlier too, like how you had done bikini, and the thing is, a lot of the girls that genetically fit, like, and what I mean by that is that, you know, you tend to build muscle more, you like to lift heavy more, they would have to essentially lose muscle to squeeze into bikini, which is like probably the worst thing you possibly do. I mean, it's hard enough to gain it, but then to like intentionally lose it is horrible. So this division's gonna, you know, it's gonna spread like wildfire, I think.
It is. I'm very excited about it, and I love that I get to keep my muscle and continue to build it and shape it and do all of the things and just train the way that I want to.
Definitely. So talk to us about your cheerleading, because I know you said that you were a varsity cheerleader and that was something that was really important to you. And cheerleading is a sport that I think is still foreign to a lot of people because there's scholarships for college. The national competitions are, I mean, they're absolutely insane. I mean, the level of competitiveness and if you're not like 100%, if your mind's not 100% in it, you could, I mean, I've heard of some pretty bad injuries that can take place for just very, very minor distractions. So maybe tell us a little bit about that.
So I have been cheering since I was 8 years old. Obviously, I don't do it anymore.
Mhm.
But in high school, I did varsity and then also did all-star competitive cheerleading. And I wasn't the best tumbler. I had all the requirements that I needed. And I was more like I was a base for the Flyers. And my job was to never let them hit the ground. And that's exactly what I did. They never hit the ground.
Yeah, I mean, because I would think, you know, the Flyers, they do like some amazing like stunts in the air, but unless they have 100% confidence in the base, they're not going to do any of that stuff. So, I mean, I think cheerleading is like a very good example. I mean, on the surface, I don't think people realize it, but I think it's a very good example of a team sport. Like everybody has a role to play, and if anybody slips up, the whole, you know, it's like a house of cards. It'll all come down. So it's very, very interesting. Whereas, but then you look at bodybuilding, and bodybuilding is like very much so a sport of one, I think. I mean, you have your coach and all of that, but ultimately on stage, it's just you, yourself, and you. So with regards to wellness too, I mean, do you think that you'll be doing a show in 2021, or I mean, because 2021 is still not 100% normal. So what are your thoughts with regards to competing for this year and beyond?
So I actually had a show planned for this year. And
I think you cut up just a little bit. So if you want to, I think you're still there, but you might have paused. So it might have been a call coming in or something. So that usually happens to me. I think you just froze up a little bit. I'll talk. I'm good at that. I'll just talk. Don't worry. Everything is fine. Let's see some comments while we wait. We see here, GK says, all of us from 2020 BPJ are immensely helpful. Yeah, the lives are very, very helpful, and hopefully they'll come back. Are you there? Yeah, I think your connection broke up really badly. I'm not sure what happened. I can still see you, but it shows that you're lagging. So it may be better to like maybe exit out and come back or something like that. Um, I'm not really sure what happened. Guys, this is the beauty of technology. This sometimes happens, unfortunately. But let's see here. Maybe if this is a very good. Okay, so it looks like yeah. I would exit out and then come back maybe. Okay. Yeah. So it looks like we might have lost Deanna, but I'm not really sure what's. Do you guys still hear me? Everything's good. Yeah. It on my screen it shows that she's frozen, so I'm not really sure what's going on. Sometimes what happens is a call will come in, and that could like throw everything off, or maybe the phone turned off. I'm not sure. Like she's like totally frozen. Do you guys? Yeah. She just dropped off, so she'll probably come back, which is totally fine. This is the beauty of technology, and so you just have to be like totally just ready for it, guys. This is technology. So the BPJ guys, let's talk BPJ. Technology is a blessing and a curse. It is absolutely. She did freeze, but it's okay, guys. It's all part of the social media experience. Everything is good, and it gives me a chance to read some comments while we wait for her to come back. If she comes back, hopefully she will. Let's see. We have Layfield Lifts in here. We got Jared in the house. Jared's been in the house with the Blackstone Labs Legion page and his own for quite some time. I did not get to ask Deanna her favorite supplement, so the suspense will build. But hopefully she'll come back. I do want to ask her. That's like very important. Let's see if she's okay. She might be back here. Can't lose your head, guys. Got to stay in the game. So, and the beauty is we can chop this up later, and nobody will ever know. There you are. What's up?
Hi.
What's up? Don't worry about it. This is technology. This is like somebody beautifully here said. GK said, technology is both a blessing and a curse. So.
Very much so.
So let's get back to that question. And the beauty is on Instagram, I can't really edit it because once it goes up, well, actually I may be able to, but on YouTube and Facebook, nobody will ever know this happened. It'll be like our secret. So about the show in 2020 with Wellness, 2021, I think you said you had a show planned, but then it like cut.
So I had a show planned for May 22nd of this year. But my dad actually had his third brain surgery in January. He's been battling brain cancer for 8 years. And we found out that it spread to his left frontal lobe, and it was actually grade 4 glioblastoma. He got put on hospice about a week ago. So I've been helping take care of him, bathe him, and just do all the things that I know how to do. So it's been pretty tough. And Stephanie's been so very patient because the gym hasn't been on my top list of things to go do right now.
No, totally. And I'm so sorry that you're going through that, but at the same time, though, I mean, and I don't mean to sound cheesy or anything, but I think you're a great daughter for doing that. And you know, I think that hospice is amazing, and you know, that part of life is so. It's so important. I don't know how to say it, but to be around family and to be around people that love you is so important, because so many people during that phase may be in a hospital with really no one they know. It's just I just think it's I think what you're doing is great. I think it's amazing, and I think it'll give you a lot of inner peace. And my gosh, your father, I hope things work out. But like, to be surrounded by loved ones is very important.
Very.
So, going from that to anything is tough, but you know, again, I think what you're doing is very, very important. And the whole thing with family, I think with Blackstone Labs is also very important too, because we have, you know, a lot of people in the Legion that, you know, have gone through some pretty tough things. And I mean, I could, you know, name them off, but I mean, I won't, but you know what I mean? And I just think, a lot of people have said that the connection here online is so important, you know, just to have moral support from people that you see, that you talk to on a daily basis, really can do a lot.
Yes, it can.
So with regards to the Legion also, you had mentioned PJ, and I'll share, because I'm a sharer. You know, he has been very, very good to me as well. In addition to, you know, all the opportunity and all the support, like, he's truly my friend, because, you know, I battle with depression, and, you know, I've had many times where I'll reach out to him, you know what I mean, and he will actually text me back, call me. It's just like, it's very, very special to me. It really means a lot. So, you know, I think that when I tell people the Legion's a family, I really truly mean it. I really think it is. So, all right, I'll keep going. I'll start crying. So let me ask you the big question that I'm very curious about: supplements, because Blackstone Labs, you know, is a supplement company after all, and we make some. I say we because I always think of myself as we. We got One-on-One Fitness LLC in the house, who always comes to everything. I got to say hello. What are your favorite Blackstone Labs products and why? And maybe tell me your very favorite at the end, like your most must have.
All right. I've tried a lot of them, but is it okay if I just pick the top 3?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Halo Elite and Hype Reloaded in the flavor sour gummy bear. Glycolog, because it helps all of the carbs go to where I want them to go and not where they would normally go, which is my stomach. They go to all the good places that I need them to. Hype Reloaded, because it's a non-stimulant, but it gives me a massive pump. And it's one of my favorite things. I love getting a pump. I love looking like I'm just huge at the end of my workout. And Halo Elite, it has given me incredible strength from week to week. I take it about 30 minutes to an hour before my workout, and I notice a huge difference when I do take it. And then if I end up skipping a day by accident, I notice a difference. So it's
Very cool. So talk to us a little bit more about that pump, because Anna Maria Gianelli was on here last week, and she said, I mean, like almost word for word what you said about the pump with Halo Elite and Hyper Loaded. She takes them together, and she said the pump is unlike anything else.
it is. So I take both about 30 minutes before my workout, and I take the hyper reloaded straight to the head. It doesn't phase me. I just kind of hold it under my tongue for about 10 seconds, and then I drink water to chase it down. And then I get started, and the pump is massive. Like, it's just, there's so much blood going through my muscles and everything, and it just makes me look like I just walked out of a fitness magazine. So,
Very cool. Very cool. That's a rave review too. And with regards to pump, I mean, I was watching, I think it was like an interview from like a while back with the Gorilla Chemist when it was a Blackstone, and he said something that really like blew my mind. But he said that if you eat like a really high carb meal and you take your glycolog and then you go to the gym like immediately after, it has a like a sort of a pump effect, because it's like, I think the glycolog counteracting the blood sugar or keeping the blood sugar low, combined with physical exercise. There's just something there. I've never done it before, but I kind of want to. And there's just something about the pump. That's why I think so many people take nitrous oxide products and take stacks like you're doing there. Just because there's something about the pump, it just feels so good. You know, like almost like where it feels like your arm's gonna explode. I don't know,
yeah,
like so. Yeah,
it's good. And I actually do take Glycolog with my pre-workout meal. I eat chicken and cream of rice, and I take my Glycolog with it. And then for me, it's about a 20-minute drive to my gym. So I'll eat. 30 minutes later, I'll take my pre-workout stack, drive to the gym, and get started.
very cool. Okay, so just a couple more questions just to pick your brain. What is your favorite day at the gym? And by that, what is your favorite body part to train and why?
Oh gosh.
I never ask anybody that, but I'm curious.
So it's a toss up between back and legs.
Hmm.
I would have to say like legs and glutes. That's my favorite. I love it. I could train them every day if I wanted to, if I could. But that and back are just my top. It's hard to pick.
Very cool. And it's interesting too that you said you would train every day if you could. Obviously, you don't. But working out, especially iron, for people that love iron, it is so addictive. Like literally, they would do it, 7 days a week, twice a day if they could. But the body just won't respond. You have to give the body like some time off. And I'm sure your off days are probably utterly miserable. I'm sure.
I have actually one off day a week. So I train 6 days a week, and Sundays are usually my day. Or with right now, my daughter is in softball. She plays travel ball, so normally I take my off days on Saturdays
Gotcha.
because we're at the ballpark all day long.
Gotcha. So last question, tell us your split, more or less. Like, so you're training 6 days a week. So how do you do that? Like, what do you, like, take us from day one to day six, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So Mondays is shoulders and a little bit like triceps, biceps. Tuesdays is full on quads. Wednesdays is back and chest. Thursdays is quads again with a little bit of glute work. Fridays is a kind of mix again of shoulders, chest, all the good stuff. And then Saturday is strictly glutes, or Saturday or Sunday, but my 6 day strictly glutes. And
Nice.
I just make sure I isolate and mind muscle connection just on my glutes that day.
So you really are a wellness competitor. You have like double quads a week and then a whole day for glutes. When do you hit hams? Do you hit them on that day where you hit all the good stuff, or is that okay?
I kind of hit hamstrings kind of in like on all 3 days really. But glute days are more of my glutes and hams.
Hmm.
But Tuesdays and Thursdays are mostly quads.
Very cool. And it's cool because your guy's a power lifter. So, the fact that you like to pull and squat, I would think, that like you guys probably have some killer workouts together, I would think.
I actually like to train alone. We've tried to
Yeah.
train together and it doesn't
Right.
work out. So he goes to a powerlifting gym, and I'll go there occasionally, but for the most part, I'm a loner. I like to put my headphones in and just do my thing and just train as hard as I can. And most people, from experience, it's kind of hard for somebody to push themselves to the max when training alone. For me, I'll push myself as hard as I possibly can, and I give myself a lot of kudos and pride. I don't complain. You can throw anything at me, and I'm just going to give it my all every time.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's good to have a training partner if you need to push, but if you can push yourself, then there's really no need for it. And also, I think a lot of people, the gym is kind of like therapy. And so sometimes it's just best to be alone. And the headphones also. The headphones, I think, kind of keep people away from like coming to talk to you. Some people actually aren't even listening to anything. It's just a prop to keep people away. But I lied. I'm gonna ask you one last question, but this will be the last question. This will be it. I promise. What's in the headphones, or like what's on the soundtrack? Like what are you listening to?
So it's a mix. Machiavelli motivation. Some days that's my jam. Other days it's Eminem or Kevin Gates. I mean, there's a huge range.
Very cool. Very cool. Interesting music too. I've never heard someone say like Lady Gaga or something like that. I did think it would be hard to get like a train onto that, but you never know though. You never know. Some people might be listening to opera, but so I want to thank you very much for doing this, obviously. And I want to thank you for coming back. I don't know what happened. Like, just technology. It is what it is. But kudos to you for coming back. I knew you were going to come back. So I was kind of like, I was just like reading comments, just kind of trying to kill a little bit of time. But we're going to chop this up and it'll be a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And congratulations on your 2 years. And nothing but luck. Not luck. Nothing but the best for you. You don't need luck. You don't need luck with wellness and everything that you do. For Deanna Goff, this is Christian Duke, StrengthAddicts.com. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Bye.